The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency under the Biden administration was used for censorship of Americans. Well known fact, that was the primary use of the group. There's no way around it. That's what it was used for. That was under Jen M. Easterly, a former member of the Army. Well, Trump has appointed Sean Plankey to be the new head of CISA, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. He's wanting to work on getting China out of the U.S. supply chain, and he's also not wanting to censor Americans. Two very good goals. I've been covering mining lately, so this is something that I am seeing a lot of. Sean Plankey's also a former member of the Coast Guard, which this clip I'm going to show you, this is Bernie Moreno, and he's asking how you will restore CISA after the agency spied on Americans. Well, you also get an answer to how the Coast Guard is handling, all the new funding to actually fix the things that should have been fixed decades ago. So it's a good clip. I thought you guys might want to hear this. So hit like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and here we go.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations to the four of you for this nomination to serve our country. Thank you for your willingness to serve, by the way. I know it's a big sacrifice, and certainly all of you will be doing a great service to your country. Mr. Plankey, I'll start with you. I enjoyed meeting with you. I enjoyed our conversation. The good news is you're not completely insane, which already makes you dramatically more qualified than your predecessor. So, question for you would be, how are you going to restore the agency's reputation? Over the last 4 years of the Biden administration, we saw an agency that should have the total trust and respect of the American public deteriorated into a spying agency on American citizens. How will you restore the confidence of Americans in that agency?
Senator, thank you for the question, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. Extremely honored to be here and have the opportunity, if confirmed, to lead the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. If confirmed as the leader of CISA, I'd seek to restore CISA to its congressional authorities and focus on the missions that this body tasked it with, which is securing the federal executive branch and then securing the critical infrastructure of the United States. Sure.
And there's a lot of acronyms that are thrown here. I'm only through 10,000 of them so far. I think we've got 200,000 acronyms left to go. Can you explain, for the record and for my colleagues, the difference between CISA, the agency, which you're going to restore back to its original mission, as we just described, and CISA 2015, which is set to expire in September, and what the implications are of not having that renewed, and how that's very, very different than the agency that we just discussed?
Yes, Senator. CISA, the agency, or Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, is mandated to follow the congressional direction to secure the federal computing executive branch, federal civilian executive branch computer systems, and then also protect the critical infrastructure of the United States, often thought of as the nation's cyber defense agency. Now, CISA 2015 was the 10-year authorization of information sharing. That law in particular was actually very critical for protecting liabilities of sharing information for business to business and business to government when a business has a cybersecurity breach or concern. They then could share that information to protect themselves and protect others without experiencing liability for sharing that information, Senator.
And what would be the implications if that was just let to expire?
Senator, if that was let to expire, in particular in the financial sector, who does some of the largest, the most prevalent amount of information sharing, they would experience difficulties in sharing and community protection of information security, and then other industries would as well. And I would note, Senator, that Secretary Noem, my boss, she supports the reauthorization of CISA 2015.
And what's your current role? What are you doing now?
Yes, sir. I am the senior advisor to the Secretary, focused on the United States Coast Guard.
Gotcha. And just a little bit of off topic for just a second. What is the morale among the Coast Guard, knowing that the One Big Beautiful Bill just gave them historic funding?
Yes, Senator. The morale in the Coast Guard is very high right now. They received the largest amount of funding and $24.59 billion to restore airplanes, ships, infrastructure, piers, buildings, and training centers for the United States Coast Guard. And that's also demonstrated in, they just hit recruitment numbers of putting 5,200 men and women of the United States through Training Center Cape May this year, which is an all-time high that we haven't seen since 2002.
That's great. So it's nice to have a commander-in-chief that's refocused on the vital role that the Coast Guard plays, and glad to see those recruitment numbers playing out. Obviously, representing Ohio, it's got big Coast Guard presence there. We are seeing that. It's just great to see that we have made that historic investment in the Coast Guard. I'd wish more of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle had voted with us on that bill that gave that historic funding to the Coast Guard. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm not sure. It's up to you to decide if CISA is necessary. After them being used for censorship, no, I don't think that they are necessary. I am 100% against them because there's just no coming back from that. But according to a lot of people, it is necessary. And so Sean Plankey has been put up there. This is a man who's a graduate of the Coast Guard Academy. He is somebody that he seems to know the issues. He seems to know cybersecurity. He seems to know infrastructure security. Both those things he has talked on, people have listened to him on. This is somebody that might be able to restore the worth of the agency. We'll see. You tell me what you think. I mean, honestly, you tell me what you think. Also, if you don't mind, hit like and subscribe. And I'm trying to raise $3,000. Probably not going to happen anytime soon. But if you want to help out, I got a Patreon. I got a YouTube membership. Depending on where you're listening to this, it's in the Patreon is down in my link tree. If you want to help me out, I would be much appreciative. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Well, hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.